Hey guys, Will here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make the sorry game piece that's due for the game pieces assignment. And what we're going to do, starting with an empty scene, we're just going to come up and we're going to add a UV sphere to start our project. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this up a notch by about up here. Doesn't have to be too specific, just as long as it's in a higher area than it started. We're going to go into orthographic view by doing Alt and middle click. Go into your edit mode by pressing Tab and select this bottom vertices right here and press Control plus Add 4 times and get the bottom portion of our newly created UV sphere right here. Go ahead and press delete faces, so you now have a hollow sphere. Go into your edge mode and alt click the bottom edge so you can select all the edges, and go ahead and press F to fill in the hole. We're going to take this newly formed face that we just made and we're going to drag that down by pressing E to extrude, and we're going to put that all the way down to the floor like so. So now you have this cool looking pole made out of a sphere. And what we're going to do next is we're going to Control R on this middle section right here of the pole that you just created, and go ahead and drag the mouse wheel up to get a bunch of cuts. Doesn't have to be a specific amount, just as long as they're pretty thin, kind of something around maybe something like this. And you're going to go ahead and press the mouse twice to confirm the cuts here. And we're going to do one last thing really quick before we get to how we create the shape. Come down here to your bottom face, and we need to create a cross section of our object. So what we're going to do is select this vertex right here, and we're going to go into our cut mode, which is our knife tool, which is being able to cut in new lines, and you'll see why we need to do this. So go and select this point right here, drag it over to the other point completely opposite from it on the y-axis, and then go ahead and press enter. And then do the same for the x-axis. So find the x-axis point here, and then go to the one that cuts directly across from it like so, and press enter. The reason why we did that is because when we use the tool we're going to use, which is proportional editing, we need a certain location to extrude from to get the shape we need. So we have this point here now. Go ahead and select that point, and we're going to use proportional editing. So if you come up here to the top underneath compositing, there's a button here. If you go and press that, you will enable proportional editing. Make sure that the smooth option is selected for proportional editing. I'm going to say that a lot. You're going to come over to your transform tool, and right now you'll see, as soon as I start to move it, you're going to see this gray circle appear around the selection. And this is the area of what will be affected by what we've selected on the object. So if we select that dot down there, if we select this point that we just made, everything within the gray circle from that dot will be affected. So make sure that this is the gray circle is sized properly by scaling up and down with your mouse button, because if you can see, the less that's in it, the less actually gets affected by the gray circle. So make sure that the gray circle is probably somewhere around right to where the top of the circle hits the top, or hits the circle or the sphere above. And then go ahead and go into your scale tool and drag this blue square out about right there. Look at that. Pretty cool sorry piece, huh? So what we're going to do now is go into our see-through mode, which is just Shift Z, and go ahead and select all of the edges that are down here, and give it a nice little and turn off proportional editing so we can do this properly. Go ahead and scale this down to about right there, and then select this new line that's kind of causing some jutting right here, and then go ahead and make a bevel on it just to give it a nice smooth side for the way it sits. It looks about good. And then we're going to do what we normally do in class. So go ahead and shade smooth, and if it looks a little weird, go to your yellow Triforce, or sorry, your green Triforce triangle thing down here. Go to normals, go ahead and auto smooth it. And there you go. You have a pretty good looking sari piece, but we're not just about done. We're going to add nice material to this to make it look nice and shiny. And what we're going to do is we're going to come to our materials tab, go and make a new material, call this gold. Make the base color a nice goldish, kind of more on the orange side than yellow, kind of about right there about. And then we're going to go ahead and take our metallic up a little bit, and we're going to make our roughness down a little bit to kind of offset some of the ideas. And we're going to go ahead, and if you actually take the little materials thing right here that's next to the word gold, you can actually drag the material on to the object. And if you go into your render mode, look at that. You now have a golden sari piece to run against everyone else on the sari board. And you can go ahead and adjust the scales to taste. So if you want it to be more shiny, you can increase that metallic and then decrease the roughness even more. You can start to see the Blender's default like background rendering image that it has. So yeah, here you go. Here's your little tutorial on how to make a sari piece with a golden texture. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial.